Hi everybody, this is Rosie here from RozyGlow.com and enjoy-yoga.com. What I wanted to show you today is how to prepare ceremonial grade cacao. Now this is Guatemalan cacao. It comes in a block and it's actually very easy to chop, but the difference between Guatemalan cacao and most of the cacao out there is that it's very low in caffeine in comparison, and it's got lots of lovely synergistic ingredients in it that give you a little buzz. Now the important thing is, if you are someone who normally drinks coffee, if you're someone who normally eats chocolate, craves sugar, generally likes little lifts if you like, then you're going to really enjoy this stuff, and you may want a few more grams than someone who doesn't normally have stimulants in their diet. Now, I used to be heavily addicted to normal chocolate, to coffee, to anything with sugar in it to give me that little lift, and I found that through drinking this stuff, I do drink it most days, somewhere between 15 and 30 grams a day. Some days I don't drink it at all, but I've really found that I've lost all sugar cravings. I don't eat normal chocolate anymore, and I very rarely drink coffee, so it's been very helpful for me, also really great for weight loss. It's full of iron and other minerals, so it's really helpful as a superfood. There's a lot written about raw cacao out there. Some are advocates, some are not. Certainly the way that I use it is in a spiritual way, and you'll find out more about that through other vlogs of mine, but for now let's just look at how to prepare it. So I've chopped a little bit already, and you can see that I'm using a big knife, and I'm basically just finely chopping it down. And it's worth noting, I mean, I use some digi scales. I've got here a measuring jug, sweetener and a little hand blender. But if you don't have any digi scales, then roughly 1 teaspoon like this, or quite a big teaspoon, is about 4 grams. So that'll give you an idea of how much you actually want to put in your drink. Now, if you do use digi scales, then you want to use a little tub, put that on and use the tar function so that you reduce it to 0. So if we get all this in there, let's find an easier, faster way of doing it. That might not work. Here we go. Then we'll get an idea of exactly how much is there. And that's about 11 grams, so we'll put just a little bit more to do 15 grams. It's about a teaspoon. And I like a little bit of ritual, so for me this is a fun part of the preparation. I tend to drink it in the morning. I know a lot of breastfeeding mums, for example, who might have it more in the afternoon when they're a little bit tired. And it is safe to eat during pregnancy, safe to drink during pregnancy, or if you're breastfeeding, but up to a maximum of 28 grams a day. For ceremonial doses, you're looking between 42 and 57 grams. So this is ready. The kettle's just boiled. We're going to put this in the jug. And roughly for a sort of 15, 20 gram, 25 gram serving, you're looking at about 100 millilitres of water. The more cacao you put in, you may want a little bit more water. And it's good to have just boiled it and then to leave it, because if it's too hot, it tends to not be so good for melting it down, and it gets a little bit like it's separating. So I put that in first, and then I add agave syrup, sometimes maple syrup. You can use fruit sugar or honey. Some people don't like to put any kind of sweetener in at all, but it is incredibly bitter. And then you can flavour it with all sorts of things. For ceremonial reasons, you might use cayenne pepper, because that really helps to get the oxygen into the bloodstream. We'll put a little bit in as a little extra lift. But if you want some more ideas as to what you can actually put in your cacao drink, then you can have a look at our website and have a look at our blogs where there are ideas and recipes. For now we're going to try the hand blender. Now if you've got a wider jug, be aware that it might go everywhere. So if you didn't have a hand blender, you could use a hand whisk, but this really makes it nice and frothy. Ooh, it still wants to come up. You don't have to spend a long time. That's it. And then it's ready to drink. So I'm going to pour my water out, pour it in. You can see it looks like a nice frothy hot chocolate. We'll give it the taste test. Oh, lovely. Enjoy. I hope you have fun making it and playing around.